Welcome back, ladies and gents, to Fan Fiction Drinking Games. Boy, did things get sparse. What happened, Greg? We pared down to just like 2 people in this empty room. It makes no sense, I tell you. Beautiful.
Thank you.
Simply beautiful.
I'd like to thank the Academy.
I'd like to thank all the little people I stepped on to make it here to the top. You did nothing for me.
Just realized I only brought up one of those things of Cokes.
The foolish fool. I'll be back. Stall, Greg, stall!
Yeah. I'll read a selection from this Paul McCartney many years from now. Years later, John said, "Do you remember that French thing you used to do at Mitchell's parties?" I said, "Yes." He said, "Well, that's a good tune. You should do something with that." We were always looking for tunes because we were making lots of albums by then. And every album did need 14 songs. And the
Honey, I'm home. What are you reading? Are you reading on Paul's biography?
Maybe.
Different Beatle today. Gotta focus on Ringo.
Ringo. Talk about Ringo. He's the star here. Ringo.
Ringo's always a star. Cause he's Ringo's star. If I could actually snap my fingers, I'd join in on that. I can do the pointing. So
halfway there.
So right now, you may be wondering why there's only 2 people out of 4. Well, Lucas is out of town for Thanksgiving week. He's with his family on a farm. Because Lucas doesn't pronounce it very much, but, you know, I think he's got some monies to his name. And then John, we don't know where Johnny is. He said he was on his way, and then he disappeared in a puff of smoke. Like a cartoon character.
He popped.
I thought there was going to be more to that.
No, just he popped.
He
That's all.
popped.
That is all.
So now you're left with the most interesting characters, which are me and Greg. Because we always add that special spark to this show.
Fuck you.
So, where we last left off in Drunkie, Paulie, and Raging Ringo, nothing happened. John Lennon got drunken George, Paul, and Ringo out of a bar, and they went to a hotel, and there was this taxi driver who was telling him about his life, and now they're in a hotel. And fascinating. It's a common trend with us when we read these fan fictions that absolutely nothing happens.
I wonder how much progress we'll make in this chapter.
I'm assuming very none. Oh my god, you know what I just noticed? That this fan fiction is filed under Movies and Across the Universe.
What?
Which means that technically this is a fan fiction of the movie Across the Universe from 2008. Which makes somewhat sense, as that movie is based on the Beatles' music, but none of the Beatles are in it. So, it's kind of a loose connection to the actual movie that is supposedly based off of. Anyway, I'm assuming that instead of it being every line we're going to be alternating, we're going to take a little bit more time.
Yeah.
Like, what do you want to do? You want to do like 2 or 3 lines and then we switch over?
3 lines switch.
3 line switch. Okay. So anyway, we're going to kick off Chapter 2, John's Hidden Side. And as always, we begin with notes from the author. Oh my gosh, this turned so heartfelt.
What? took a fucking
I'm
taxi
here.
ride. That's
It's a heartfelt taxi ride, though. Like, couldn't you feel the great emotions that were being conveyed in that taxi ride? I mean, maybe we couldn't notice because we were too busy playing a game of Pass the Laptop, but yeah, I don't know.
what are you?
Italics indicate thoughts as well as Paul's groggy state. I don't know.
Okay.
Okay.
Neat.
The rain. The rain just has to make my life more difficult. Who is speaking? Whose point of view is this? At least last time it indicated whose point of view we were looking from.
Now it doesn't. Now we just gotta guess.
How dare you! How dare you do this? Also, play obvious joke that's obvious. Okay, good. Anyway, I sigh as I look out the bleary car window into the night. Greg?
Is bleary a word?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm starting to get tired. Yawn. I feel movement next to me and look down at Paulie slumped against my shoulder as he moves slightly to a more comfortable position with a side Huh. He seems a whole lot
I think you've
more
gone
comfortable.
for... Those are the 3 lines, Gregory.
That was 3 lines?
That was 3 lines.
Okay.
Okay. Huh. He seems a whole lot more comfortable than me, but not for long.
Oh boy.
I'm sure as Al not gonna carry him up to our room, even with the others' help. If Ringo could get out on his own, so can Paul. Mine as well. Try to wake him up. The fellows'll be back soon. Okay, fellows'll is not a word. Alright. I look down at Paul once more as he sleeps contentedly. Paul! I move my shoulder away from him as he slides down onto the car seat and continues sleeping, period, apostrophe.
Okay.
That poor apostrophe is left stranded in the cold. It doesn't know where to go.
I rub a hand across my face in irritation, then prop him up against the back seat and call his name.
But he's not there. No.
Paul, wake up! I shake him roughly a few times and give him a slap on the cheek, but it's no use. I exhale irritably as he rests across the back seat. This will take a while. He's out cold.
I look down at his still sleeping form. What in the hell did you drink, Paul? It's rat poison. Be concerned, John. No. Is this John? I don't know. Actually, I'm guessing it's John. It's called John's Hidden Side as the chapter.
I'm guessing it's John.
Oringo. After about 5 minutes and still no sign of the others, I wonder how long it took a semi-conscious Ringo up the stairs compared to Paul.
Just then, I see Paul's head move slightly to the side as he sighs out.
Straightening up quickly, I grab hold of his shoulders and shake him again, calling his name. In just a few seconds, his eyes actually start to flutter open and meet mine.
John? He asks, confused. In the flesh, I give him my famous grin. What famous grin was that? Are we talking about the one where he put his tongue like in the bottom of his cheek and went, Because he did that a few times.
That's creepy.
Yeah. Well, Mr. Lennon was a jokester.
Huh?
What's going on?
He's so bloody confused and childlike.
Oh, never
this'll
say
be
that.
fun. I roll my eyes.
Oh my god, that's the most frightening thing I've ever heard anyone write.
That's terrifying.
He's so bloody confused and childlike. This will be fun. Nothing about that is not suspicious.
Just a bit sketchy.
Just a bit. Did you spill more things on my
Maybe.
couch?
No.
You fool.
No. Not at all.
Yeah.
Fuck, where were we? Childlike. You're in our bloody cab by the hotel we're staying at, and you got yourself drunk.
I did? He furrows a brow.
Yeah, you did. And don't play all modest and wholesome here, Paul. That charade won't work with me. He gave me a delayed smile at that, with a light chuckle. Nothing escapes you, eh, John? You bet nothing does.
But you are wrong, you know. On what, I might ask? On me putting on a charade? I am wholesome and modest. Most of the time. He smirks.
Yeah. Meanwhile, I'm the sarcastic, crude one. Only 'cause you act that way, Johnny, Paul counters with a teasing smile. You can't help it. Like you said, it's part of who I am.
You just don't show your other side. Excuse me? Well, everyone's got sides of themselves that they show others and don't show others. He mumbles.
So, is this still your line?
Is it?
I'm trying to count 3.
I did 3.
Okay. So, what side don't I show? I knew what he would say, but I wanted to hear it anyway. The thoughtful, caring John, who cares enough about his friends that he waits in a cab out in the pouring rain and lets his best drunk friend sleep against his shoulder.
Hey, I thought you were asleep. I was drifting in and out. I could hear you calling my name, I think. I went back to sleep instead. Yeah, figures. I grumble.
But it's all fine now. Oh yeah? What makes you say that? I ask bluntly. Well, we're gonna go inside the hotel, right?
Eventually, ellipses. Well, by that time, ellipses, we'll all be in warm beds and go to sleep, not wanting to wake up to bloody hangovers. I laugh at that. Good old Paul. Talking about hangovers isn't a very often occurrence.
Okay. He breathed out a sigh, then looked back at me. So, John, he lagged on. I waited for him to continue his sentence and was about to remark on his lateness with a snide remark when he added, How come you don't show that side? Excuse me?
How come you don't show that side very often? Paul was definitely lucky he was in this state, or I'd give him my mind. He knows never to ask me a personal, uncomfortable stuff like that. Too bad for him I'm not nice.
Okay.
John?
I'm trying to count. I'm like thinking, are we on line 3 now?
That was yeah.
Okay. I ain't answering, Paul, I reply roughly. But John, no buts. I don't feel like talking about my feelings and shit. Not until the 70s you won't, Mr. Lennon.
I didn't say you have to. Just wondering why you don't. That's all. It's nice. He adds. What was that? What was that? What in the bloody hell do you mean by that? A snap.
And this is why he doesn't show his feelings very much, Mr. McCartney. Yeah.
Conceal, don't feel.
I kept trying to debate in the last episode because I played that clip of John Lennon recording How Do You Sleep, and he was very blunt about things. And I remember playing it to you guys. I'm like, do I put this in or not? And then John said to me, well, you won't put out the other thing, which came out last week, technically today when we're recording this. So, joke's on him. What was that? It's like a combo of SpongeBob and a goat. You earned it. Anyway. Alright. Where are we? Oh, I think you are on the last line of your thing.
Fine.
Yeah, I know, right?
I get that your witness is a trait you have, but your compassion is just as good. In fact, it's better. Beater. He slurred slightly.
Well, at least I know this ain't some prank he's trying to pull. Couldn't even try in his state. So my other camera cut off midway through that last recording. So we gotta do the second half of this video again. Yippee! So we're gonna try to go quickly through this. So, oh my lord, you will. What do you even say about this?
Kill me.
Alright, so, anyway, you have your pages in order.
Yep.
We threw them away last episode. And by the way, just saying, there's gonna be a lack of Ringo in this episode, which is obnoxious. So, okay. You want to just like, yeah, whatever. Oh my god. Alright. So, I can't even like find like where we left off. That's what's probably wasting all this footage. It's just gonna be us looking for where we were at. Alright, yeah. Well, at least I know this ain't some prank he's trying to pull. Couldn't even try in his state. Here you go.
Well, Jordan? Well, what? I don't gotta answer nothing from you. Got it? Okay. He begins to drift off, sinking his head into the seat.
Hey, now don't go back to sleep again. You know how hard it was for me to wake you up in the first place? Oh, sorry. Okay, I'll stay up. He lets out a big yawn as he positions himself in an upright position. But you gotta talk to keep me awake, John.
Oh, blimey, I grumble. Fine. We talked about some upcoming performances we had this week and what we thought of the fans and the professionals in charge of the past events we had. They can never bloody get over our hair. Just deal with it, I grumbled again.
I know, it's ridiculous. They act like they've never seen it before. Paul spoke slowly. It's my drink.
I need a drink, I need a beverage.
I need a beverage. Yeah, Lord. They've never seen it before. How about the welcome? Oh, it was fantastic.
Paul, sign an interview. You can be honest. Hey, I am. Thought it was cool how they did it, that welcome thing for us. I roll my eyes, shaking my head at the sheer lunacy of some of the fans.
Yeah, like in 1967 when they almost tried to kill you because you said the Beatles were bigger than Jesus. Man, the KKK weren't happy with you then, now were they?
They were KK cray.
Oh!
Hate myself.
There we go. Take a long, cold shower tonight. Kicking crazy. What the hell, Greg? Okay. So, Johnny? Yeah, I answered tiredly. How come you never...
I told you, Paul. I warned. Ooh, he sighs disappointedly.
Is it still your line?
No.
Okay. I sigh out heavily. Can't you get it into his head I don't like talking about myself? Not according to you in the 70s, where you'll spend your whole solo career making nothing but records where you talk about yourself. So, John, how many drinks did you have tonight? He gives me a small grin. 2!
His mouth gapes open at me. Yeah, don't say a word. I just didn't feel like it tonight, that's all. Something's bothering you.
Why do you care? I mean, it's historically put down that of all the things John Lennon should be, a drunk is never one of them. That was like the most dangerous thing ever, to get John Lennon drunk. What? No, I just didn't feel like it, I snap. Oh, I see, he yawns. It's silent for about 10 seconds and I begin thinking about what Paul asked.
It's really not a big deal. I don't know. I don't share certain sides for a reason. The public sees me one way, and that way is fine with me. What do I care? I can share some compassion sometimes if I want, as long as if it ain't too sappy. Paul's the one who writes the songs. I hear the rain begin to come down harder. Paul notices it too and looks out the window. Pretty bad out there, isn't it?
Yeah, I agree. When in the bloody hell are they coming back? Wouldn't be surprised if they forgot all about us. Why do we have to wait? You could just go up, right? Paul, I look at him seriously. You can barely stay awake. You're drunk and look like you'd fall over the minute your foot touches the ground. And on top of that, I ain't gonna carry you for any of the way. Got it?
Okay. I was just saying. I breathe out another sigh. This is really getting on my nerves. I don't even know why. Maybe it was Paul bringing out my feelings. Why has he gotta care so much? It ain't his business. Hey, John. He calls me again.
If he asks me that one more time, I'm getting really sleepy again. No, don't you dare, Paul.
But John, he whines loudly. My gosh, that sounds horrible.
It does.
No, but Paul. No buts, Paul.
Good sentence reading.
Yeah.
I can read. I went to college.
God damn it. No buts, Paul. Oh, be quiet. I'm thinking.
About what? None of your business.
Oh!
Oh my God. John, that's not very nice.
Like I care. But caring is good, John. Oh my bloody!
What is this shit? Are we turning it? It's like a Care Bears episode now. Caring is love, John. And where's Ringo?
What the fuck is Ringo?
We want Ringo.
We want Ringo.
Disappointing. John, will you shut up, McCartney? Jeez, you're freaking driving me crazy. If this was really John Lennon, he would not have censored himself. Who knew you'd be a talkative drunk? Actually, I take that back. Of course you'd be. Yeah, he agrees, his voice fading.
I place a hand on my forehead. I can't get through this. Just find a way to get him to be quiet. Tell him your feelings or something. That seems to be what he wants. All right, Paul. I'm going to tell you how I feel, all right?
All right.
Her perks up at that as he looks at me straight in the eye.
Paul had a sex change mid-sentence. I'm feeling really annoyed right now by your constant questions, I say slowly. So if you want to make me feel better, stop talking. I force a smile through clenched teeth. That has to be painful. That's freaky. Why would John Lennon do such a thing? And where's Ringo? Where's the Raging Ringo promised in the title? It's disappointing. He actually does stop talking for about 3 whole minutes. Then starts humming Love Me Do. That quickly gets stuck in my head. I know, right? Isn't that such a catchy song, even though it's one of their most simple? Bloody hell, like I don't already get all our songs stuck in my head. Not according to you, you don't.
Paul, would you stop humming? But John, I can't talk to you. You don't seem very happy. You're right about that. I'm not, he said flatly. I said flatly.
So we're gonna sing! And why is that? Because it's wonderful, he smiles dreamily.
Great. All right, Paul, fine. Go ahead, I say, putting my hands up in the air in defeat. A few more minutes go by as he hums other songs of ours.
Oh, well, this is specific. They just have hum, 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 hum. You have a wide selection of Beatles songs that you could sing. And you don't put in, like, any words. Fine, I'll improv. Right. Greg?
I can't take this any longer.
Neither can I.
Hey, John. What? I snap.
What's your favorite song of ours? Well, according to John Lennon in later interviews, none. I don't know. He looks down, shaking his head in understanding.
I don't know mine either. Fine, I say. I'm not interested in the least about this conversation.
It's silent for about 10 more seconds until I finally hear the fellas coming back.
About time. I turn to face Paul. Alright, we're going out. He nods his head tiredly in response as we turn our gazes out the window. End of chapter 2. Where's Ringo? I mean,
Where's my star?
where is our star? Where are you, prodigal son? Return to us. We miss you. There's something not right about this, man. I mean, just...
I want my money back.
The title is Drunkie, Paulie, and Raging Ringo. We got one of those. Where's the Raging Ringo?
What Ringo, man?
Maybe it's not a shame that Maybe it's not a shame that John and Lucas aren't here. I mean, they were promised Ringo, and there's no Ringo.
I want Ringo, man. That's all I want in life, man. Just want Ringo.
It's a giant disappointment. Well, anyway, we'll be back next time for the finale of the story. Hopefully we can get John and Lucas in here, but more importantly,
I want fucking Ringo.
I want fucking Ringo, man.
I want Ringo, man.
I want Ringo.
I want Ringo.
Where's Ringo?
Ringo.